Athletic and fitness photo shoot tutorial, part 2. Let's go. Hey everybody, this is David from Ndaba Photography. You can catch me at ndaba.ca, that's ndaba.ca, and today we're doing part 2 of this photography tutorial. Now, opposed to part 1, I had Myles basically stationary because he was using a huge cable system, and that being said, I still wanted to be able to have some sort of dynamic so that I could move around even though he could move around, and the lights couldn't really move around themselves. I mean, you can use them, but I really didn't want to be fiddling with the lights. As you can see with this shot, I had Myles, I had basically one main pose, and this is more of like a glamour pose, right? This is more of a model pose, and I wanted him to look confident, look strong, and still look dramatic and still look athletic. So I had his light at model right, which is camera left, be more of the fill light, but not as harsh, and it was actually diffused. And then I had the other light on the other side of him, which was model left, camera right, look, well, bare bulb, so that would be a little bit more harsh. But I had a little bit more in front so that I would still cascade a bit more along his shoulders or along his like back or whatever position he was at. That being said, now Myles had the opportunity to try and move around, and we did really experiment with how he was looking, how he was posing, but I ended up finally having this one pose where he had his back almost to camera, and then he still had his face looking off in a diagonal motion, and that basically produced something like this. Also, here's one key tip when working with models. Doesn't matter who they are, always ask permission if you can actually touch them, or it can change their outfits or position them in a certain way, because that goes a long way. Remember, these are people's bodies and their personal space, so do respect that. Now that we have the freedom for Myles to be able to move his posture, his poses around, and have that kind of creative freedom, we did test around with how he would look with having some weights, introducing some props into the actual shot. Like I said before, if you're actually having the model move a lot, especially with weights, and Myles was curling a lot of weight, you don't want them to have too many repetitions, too many takes. Make sure that you already know exactly what you want, have them do it without, and then when you do have them start curling, then you'll get the proper expressions, you'll get to see the energy in there, but make sure they're not doing it over and over again, otherwise you're gonna exhaust your model. Now it's time to take that shot that hopefully is going to be epic, and then when you do, you get a shot like this. I hope you enjoyed and loved that tutorial. I hope you found it entertaining. I hope you found it informative. I would really like to thank Myles for being such an amazing model, especially when it's his first time and you catch him over here. Let's put the link down below. And also, speaking of Instagram, you can follow me at ndabaphotography on Instagram. You can also follow me at ndabaphotography on Facebook, or you can find me on my website, which is www.ndaba.ca. That's ndaba.ca. And remember, it doesn't matter how big or small the space, doesn't matter the kind of gear you're using. The most important thing is up here. All right? Because creativity is greater than your gear. Cheers.